how did you come to channel Albert Einstein, and when did you like positively know that you were actually channeling Einstein?
When my first book came out,
Hmm.
Diaries of a Psychic Sorority, in 1998, 1997,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
got a literary agent to
Hmm.
shop the rights to the book because I thought it was an amazing story of what really just
Hmm.
happened to us. And
Hmm.
she got a
Hmm.
call from a tabloid in London. It was like a
Hmm.
paranormal,
Hmm.
metaphysical
Hmm.
aliens and
Hmm.
Jesus on the side of the toast or whatever,
Hmm.
who wanted
Hmm.
an interview with Princess Diana from beyond the grave
Okay.
on the 1 year anniversary of her death. And would
Okay.
I do that? And
Okay.
skepticism.
Correct.
I
Huh.
was terribly skeptical because what?
Huh.
This isn't,
Huh.
this is, I've been working for world peace. We're doing conflict resolution. You want me
Yeah.
to go to a tabloid, and I've never
Uh,
gone to a dead person to try to
okay.
see if
You were not.
they.
Okay. Okay. Until that point, you were never channeling dead people or talking to the dead
Well,
or.
when I started doing the group with the psychic sorority is when
Hmm.
I learned that not only could I talk to people who had passed on, but they came to
Hmm.
me.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
People didn't come to me and ask to talk to their dead person. The dead
Hmm.
person would show up and say, I need you to get
Hmm.
this message to my son or my daughter or
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
And
You
so,
could see them,
but,
or you could hear them. Like you could see them.
well, the way I describe it is that, okay,
Hmm.
I'm sitting in this chair, and if I look over there, I
Hmm.
don't see the dead person there. I see
Hmm.
the dead person here. Like
Hmm.
but not the physical, but still in the
Hmm. Hmm.
electromagnetic part of my imagination that we're sharing, the
Hmm.
subtle body that we're
Hmm.
sharing.
Hmm.
It's like I
Hmm.
feel it here. And then I
Hmm.
listen for what they say
Hmm.
and see how that resonates. But
Hmm.
one was um,
Hmm.
people I knew, their mothers, or
Hmm. Hmm.
but I also learned though that I could talk to and
Hmm.
communicate with a woman
Hmm.
in an Alzheimer's coma.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
could communicate to her family what she wanted and
Hmm.
what she was saying.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
same, I had a client whose autistic son was
Hmm.
36 and he'd never spoke a word. So
Hmm.
she hired me to sit, and she would ask me a question
Hmm.
and I would listen and tell
Hmm.
her.
Hmm.
2 sessions later, she knew
Hmm.
she could hear him herself. I
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
confirmed that they already had that
Hmm.
communication. So
Correct.
that was happening to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
as far as going to Princess Diana and on the
Hmm.
anniversary of her death and asking
Hmm.
her for an interview, that just sounded
Hmm.
so gratuitous and
Hmm.
weird to me.
Hmm.
But I did
Hmm.
it. I
Hmm.
thought, well, okay, let's just try it. What the heck?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I channeled, typing both the questions and the answers, and
Okay.
printed it off and read it, and
Huh.
it had me weeping. It was so
Okay.
beautiful and in depth,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the overarching message that she ended with was to
Hmm.
make peace.
Hmm. Hmm.
That if everybody who reads this in this
Hmm.
tabloid
Hmm.
listens to her and goes and makes
Hmm.
peace, we can achieve this peace that we're going for.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I was
Hmm.
taken aback by it.
Hmm. And
And
it's
the
strange how
tabloid,
everybody wants the same, like whoever channels and every higher dimension being wants peace and love to spread in the planet. So that's the common thread. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and
Hmm.
the purpose behind all of those
Hmm.
ancient oneness,
Hmm.
right, is to get
Yeah.
to
Correct.
that expression, the manifestation of that oneness. So
Correct. And
um, anyway, they flew me out
hmm.
to New York
Hmm.
and they interviewed
Yeah.
me, and they didn't
Hmm.
want it, of
Hmm.
course, because it was about making peace. But
Hmm.
my agent and I said maybe there's other dead people who want to talk.
Uh,
So we made a
uh,
list of people,
uh,
and some did and some didn't. And then
hmm.
uh, Nicole Brown Simpson,
Okay. I don't
oh,
know. huh.
O.J. Simpson murdered
हाँ,
his wife.
I've heard it. हाँ, 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 हाँ,
Yeah,
हाँ, हाँ. Hmm,
and that was profound. That was another
hmm,
profound
hmm,
interview. And
hmm,
then when we got to John Kennedy,
hmm,
he told us that they already
hmm,
had been planning this, so
hmm,
they were going to now just tell us who
hmm,
was next. And
hmm,
Albert
hmm,
Einstein came up,
hmm,
and when I didn't type his, I channeled his. This
hmm,
was sound
hmm, hmm, hmm,
in my bones. It was sound.
hmm,
It was sound
hmm,
from them, and
hmm,
probably it was the 5-year-old me climbing up onto the piano, figuring
hmm,
out all the music, because Einstein was very
hmm,
much a pianist as
hmm,
well.
hmm,
I mean, he was
hmm,
a
hmm,
violinist, but
hmm,
music was very important to him.
hmm,
So,
hmm,
but was I still skeptical for several
hmm.
years, to the
Oh.
point where I didn't want
Hmm,
to say it was him, because I just
hmm,
listened to the information,
hmm.
but
Because
then it
immediately
finally,
it will, you'll be open to criticism. Like you'll when you use names like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm,
and
hmm,
I didn't know. I
hmm,
mean, it's a beautiful imagination, and if it's all my imagination, then God
hmm,
bless me, because that's a big
hmm.
imagination, what happened here.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Yeah.
how that imagination could have manipulated the people who came in, who made such a part in the whole movement.
Hmm,
I couldn't have done this alone
hmm,
without
hmm,
the psychic sorority and the testing it on the conflicts. And
hmm,
but yes,
hmm,
and after, I think when I really was ready
hmm,
to truly say it, and even my book, it's called Imagining Einstein. It's not
hmm.
called Channeling
Correct.
Einstein. It's like, oh,
Correct.
maybe I'm just making the whole thing up. Listen to it
Correct.
anyway. Listen to what it's
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And so
Hmm,
yeah.
hmm. So that is how you came to Einstein. If you liked the video, check out this next and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you and welcome to our community.